YouTube, how's it going? Today I want to talk about this CD I bought a long time ago, probably like 8 years ago, 7 years ago at a Value Village, like a thrift store CD where you just go through the bin and buy something random for like 50 cents. I picked up this weird album by a band called Marshmallow Coasting, also known as M Coast. Yeah, I think it's either self-titled or the name of the band is Marshmallow Coast, and the name of the album is Marshmallow Coasting. Anyway, the guy on the cover here, his name is Andy Gonzales, and he's the Marshmallow Coast, M Coast is his brainchild. He's pretty much the main brain behind it. And he's actually a member of Montreal. This is all stuff I didn't learn until today, but I didn't really research this album at all when I bought it. I just kind of bought it on a whim because it looked kind of crazy, and the girl in the mask there kind of reminded me of like a Barnes and Barnes video from the 80s, but they all kind of wear masks like that, and it's kind of like, you know, it was intriguing a little. But yeah, it's pretty much this kind of reminds me a lot of like Daniel Johnston and Sea and Cake, like kind of a combination of those two things. There's a bunch of like, you know, stuff you hear people busking on the street kind of playing, but it's like a little more fleshed out here because he's actually got a band and stuff, and it's actually got members of Montreal in it. I know the girl down here, a person, Julian Kay on the singing sauce, she's in that person is, I don't know if that's a guy or a girl, is in Montreal. And he's actually a member of it now. He's like what's called like a satellite member, so maybe he's in the rotating lineup or something, but apparently they helped produce this album, and it's not too bad. Like I said, it reminds me of like, it has kind of the demented charm of Daniel Johnston, but without the actual crazy lo-fi-ness that Daniel Johnston have. It doesn't cause like a visceral reaction like Daniel Johnston does, where you either kind of, I don't know, like it or intrigued by it, or you walk into a room and someone's playing and you're like, what the fuck are you listening to? This is just kind of, it's more easier, it's more accessible than Daniel Johnston for sure. It doesn't have like the demented genius though. The song I really like on here is song 3, a song called Hung Up. That would be the song that if you wanted to get into this, I'd suggest seek out number 3. I don't know if it's a single or not, but yeah, the whole CD is just pretty much simple little, like borderline kind of tropical vibe, I guess. It's kind of the vibe I got. I could see this being played on like, I don't know, Hawaiian Islands or some shit like that. It's got a variety of instruments too. I could show you the lineup again. There's like flugelhorns and marimbas and wurlitzers and, you know, good vibrations and harmonies. I don't know if that means like xylophones or what's going on, but there's a whole slew of instruments on here. And it's pretty well produced. There's, you know, some charming musical arrangements on here. It's kind of cool. It's kind of an endearing listen. It's not really my bag. I'm not really much of a lo-fi pop guy, but Marshmallow Coasting was released in the year 2000 on Kindercore Records. And yeah, it's just a little simple, you know, well, it sounds simple, but you know, it might be more complex than it sounds kind of songs, but yeah, it's not bad to listen to at all. Like, it's really well done. The production's pretty good. It's, you know, it's pretty calm, composed, soothing little album. Lots of songs about, you know, love and past relationships, feeling lonely and forlorn, and I think it touches on the topic of death, or actually one song's about the day nobody died, and so maybe not dying, but I don't know if that's a topic. But yeah, it's cool. Simple little harmonies. Not really much to say about this CD, except this guy is in, you know, of Montreal, in another band called Music Tapes that I've never really heard of until today. But yeah, if you're like, I could see people who, if you're you know, into lo-fi indie pop or an indie rocker, and like, if you're an of Montreal fan, you might want to check this out. It's pretty unknown stuff. Like, I thought it was pretty random just because it was like a, you know, like a 50-cent CD I picked up at a Value Village, but the song Hung Up's really good. There's no real like dumb songs or like bad songs on here or anything. It's pretty, you know, charmingly well written, you know. It doesn't sound like the guy who wrote this album made it like a half-assed attempt or anything. It seems like a kind of, you know, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it's a good album, I guess, if it's your bag. Marshmallow Coasting, or M Coast, 2000, Kindercore Records, lo-fi indie pop in the vein of Sea and Cake, with a little bit of Daniel Johnston splashed in it. Just, I don't know, good times music, sunshine, pineapple juice is what it reminds me of. I don't know. Peace out.